Live from the Fastener TV studios, it's In the News with Fastener News Desk.
Thank you, Chris. I'm Lisa Kleinhandler, Editor-in-Chief at Fastener News Desk. It's in the news the week of December 19th, 2022. Here's what's happening in and around the fastener industry this week. In early November, Fastenal announced that they had hit $1 billion in year-to-date e-commerce revenue. Well, last week, the Fastenal company celebrated their blue team around the globe. They announced that Fastenal had reached $1 billion in international sales. And did you know that it was 35 years ago Fastenal joined the Nasdaq Stock Exchange as a publicly traded company? Their ticker is FAST. OneSource Vend launched a new API for seamless data integration between ERP systems and vending software. OneSource Vend is a provider of simple, flexible, and affordable inventory control solutions, including a proprietary software. OneSource Live has launched a new application program interface. The new API acts as a data and exchange medium between a business's ERP systems and a vending solutions from OneSource Vend, resulting in a seamless communication and real-time updates between programs. Mark Hill, president of OneSource Vend, says the API allows our customers to seamlessly put the exact data they need right where they need it at no extra cost to them. According to a recent study by Report Linker, the global plastics fastener market is expected to grow by 1.83 billion during 2022 to 2026, accelerating at a CAGR growth rate of 5.84% during the forecast period. New fully threaded radio episode Downhill is live. Like a bobsled down a frozen precipice, the fastener industry streaks to the close of another blazing fast year. Fresh off the slopes, Mr. Charlie Kerr of Kerr Lakeside discovers a vexing industry development and shares his approach to achieving top speeds on skis. Metric supplier Eurolink finishes the year with new beginnings as CEO Craig Penland finds ways to expand during periods of upheaval. The FDI changes direction as strong sales push a new rally, but will it last? Join host Eric Dudas and Brian Musker at fullythreaded.com for the complete episode. And now, a little jingle from our Chris Kringle.
'Twas in the news the week of Christmas 2022, when all through the fastener industry cheers abound. Distributors rejoiced as the FDI saw a rebound. The orders were packaged by the warehouse workers with care in hopes that pickup drivers soon would be there. The employees were all settled snug in their office chairs, while visions of increased revenues and bountiful supply chains danced in their heads. And the CEO in his designer suit and I in my best Christmas threads had just strategized how to combat the supply chain woes ahead. When out on the warehouse there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my desk to see what was the matter. Away to the docks I bolted in a flash, threw open the doors and tripped over the sash. The skid loaders with tons of outgoing orders scheduled to be delivered to international borders. When what to my wondering eyes did appear but a delivery driver and an empty truck near. With a friendly driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it wasn't a trick. More rapid than eagles, he pulled up to the dock, and he whistled and shouted and began to talk. Now Dave, now Mary, now Juan and Matt. Oh Chris, oh Joseph, oh Donna and Pat. To the back of the truck, to the top of the load. Now pack away, pack away, pack away, and fill up this load. Our happy customers will continue to be wowed. We met the technology obstacles looking to the cloud. So out to the truckload the workers they flew with a forklift full of fasteners for all the companies too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the floor the swagger and clapping that was hard to ignore. As I drew in my head and was turning around, out of the office the CEO came with a bound. He was dressed in a suit from his head to his feet, and his clothes were all wrinkled, and he carried a spreadsheet. a bundle of orders he carried in his sack, and he looked like a salesman just opening his pack. His eyes, how they sparkled. His demeanor, how merry. His face looked happy, he was without worry. His movements were quick and so precise, all of the employees thought he was quite nice. The handle of a tape gun he held tight in his hand, and he fit right into warehouse land. He had a smile on his face, and his voice, it was steady. He commanded attention when he spoke, so you knew he was ready. He was jolly and pumped, trying to contain himself, and they laughed when they saw him pulling material off the shelf. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave them to know they had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to work, and helped fill all of the orders outstanding, then turned with a jerk, waving his hands and shouting bravos, giving a nod. Out of the warehouse he goes. He ran to the billing department and gave the signal, and away they all invoiced while looking quite grateful. But I heard him exclaim, as he walked out of sight, "Now we can all have a happy Christmas. We made everything right."
The stories featured in this week's episode of In the News can be found at Fastener News Desk or in our Twitter feed at Fastener News or on LinkedIn in the Fastener News group. Industrial products are comprehensive, and purchasing them online can lead to poor customer experiences when utilizing filtered search. The Product Genius's grid technology allows your clients to search, sort, and purchase hundreds of products from a one-page buying experience. Experience and demo Fast Fastener buying at 1-800-Fasteners.com. Product Genius technology services also include data cleaning and preparation, consulting, and strategizing. Contact a representative at productgeniustechnology.com or call 1-800-Fasteners to find out how to get started today. If you'd like to share your company's events, news, or sponsor an upcoming episode of In the News, or you'd like to add to the Fastener Museum, contact me, Lisa, at FastenerNewsDesk.com. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of In the News with Fastener News Desk. This is the last episode of In the News for 2022. We'd like to wish everyone a happy holiday season and the very best for 2023. Until next year, be well, be safe, and keep it fascinating.